Hi everyone, welcome back. It's already week 3 of our new school year's fall semester. Um, for those who will be watching, this is RMU Psychology. We're presenting our Let's Talk, the first one of the semester, which is how to find a thesis topic. So obviously for the webinar reminders, just make sure you keep yourselves muted, and if you have any questions, you can do it in the chat and we'll be able to answer them. So for those who don't know me, I'm presenting today. My name is Amber Sobeck. I am in the counseling graduate program. I'm a second-year counseling student, and I'm also the GA for psychology. So an overview on today's topic, we are going to be talking about how to find a thesis. So the overview will be like understanding what a thesis is, how you can figure out what you want to research while you're doing your thesis, learning the process of thesis here at Robert Morris, things to remember while doing your thesis, and the benefits of doing a thesis. So what is a thesis? A thesis, in comparison to a research paper, is a long paper that typically serves as a final project for a university degree. Each university goes about this type of paper differently, as there can be different requirements for graduation. So like unlike a typical research paper, this paper is very specific. It can go for a longer period of time, unlike being in like a class and doing a research paper for your class. I know like in graduate school for our program specifically, there's a ton of research papers we do. And although they can be similar in length, the deadlines, the guidelines, and the timelines are a lot different than for a thesis. So how to decide on what you want to research? There can be a whole different route of avenues you can take if you decide to do a thesis here at RMU. You can do it based on your career interest, your academic interest, or your personal interest. So for your career interest, you're going to be looking into topics specifically for the route you would like to do career-wise. Academic interests can be based on things that you learn in the classroom that you find interesting, and personal interests can be based on stuff you like personally within the field of psychology. There are different things that you might not learn in the classroom that you know about and you want to dive deeper into. So those are pretty much the 3 routes that most students here take. So the thesis process here at RMU. If you decide to do a thesis here within the psychology department, some basic things to know is the thesis can be broken down into thesis 1 and thesis 2, which is within 2 semesters here at RMU, usually towards the end of your school and career for your bachelor's degree. You will have a mentor that you will work with to complete your thesis, and you will meet either weekly or bi-weekly, just depending who you work with and depending the route you take with that mentor. It's usually the faculty members here at Robert Morris. There's a whole wide array of them. So it's good to, be in contact with your academic advisor or with a professor to see if they do thesis. You will have to send in a proposal to the IRB board here at Robert Morris. The board is its own panel. You will have to fill out a whole application list, kind of explaining the purpose of your research within your topic, the targeted audience that you'll be working with, how you'll be presenting the information, how you will be reaching out to your targeted audience, like what will they have to do and stuff. And it will have to get approved by the IRB here. You may need to review your proposal a few times, and that's completely normal. Sometimes they like to have certain things a little cleaner, a little tighter, and, making sure that whoever you're trying to do this thesis with, all the information is presented correctly, respectfully, and all that kind of stuff. So while doing your thesis, some things to remember: it's okay to struggle. This is a part of the learning process. Like, you might have a hard time connecting your research that you did in comparison to literature reviews. Like, it might be hard to find some information. So you'll struggle, and it's okay. It's part of the learning process. That we all go through it. It's a natural thing, but it's a good thing to go through. You may face some bumps in the road. Everyone faces bumps in the road. It's not a linear straight path. It might be a little bit of a roller coaster, and that's okay. Like, you will get through them. That's why you have a mentor. That's why you go through the IRB. That's why you have the resources on campus, like the writing center, the tutoring center, whatever you need to help you through this process of thesis. You may feel stressed from time to time. Practicing positive stress relief is crucial. Making sure you make time out of your week for yourself to take a break, not only from doing thesis, but doing other activities, classwork, and all that kind of stuff is important. You're doing this for you, so you have to make sure you make it worthwhile. You will learn so much during this experience. In the end, it will be worth it. It is a very tedious coursework because it's not its own class, since you're only meeting with a mentor. It can be very tedious. It can be very nerve-wracking. You want to make sure you do it correctly from start to finish, and there is going to be a lot of adjustments. There's going to be a lot of editing. You're going to be doing a lot of different things throughout this entire process. But in the end, it will so be worth it because you will learn so much. Like, you are going to learn things you had no idea about, and you are going to see your thesis from start to finish if you decide to do it with semesters. And it's so rewarding at the end to see that process through. Always remember that you do have resources on campus, so be sure to utilize them. Like I was saying before, like with the bumps in the road, with the stress, with the struggling, that's why we have these resources on campus, which I'll provide in the next slide. Utilize them. They're here for you. They're here to make your experience better. They're here to make your education better. So don't be afraid to use them. They love it when they can provide help to those who need it and reach out for it. As I was saying before, this is your experience. Make it worthwhile for yourself. It's so important to do a thesis with what you want to do, what you think is most fitting for yourself, because this is your experience. Just like this is your schooling experience. You're the 4-year experience. I mean, if you continue on with the master's program that we have here, this is your experience. So making sure that you choose that topic that's best fitting for you is very crucial, because it kind of goes along with everything else I said up top. Like, you will learn so much when you choose a topic of your liking. It's important to go, if you want to go the career route, like learning more on the careers and, presenting a thesis on that, or doing it for personal reasons, like you like cognitive therapy, or you like taking cognitive psychology with DP. You want to do a specific thing with that, though. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. So making it worthwhile for you is really going to make this whole experience so much better. All right, so the benefits for doing a thesis, really quick. You are going to gain that research experience. It's a more in-depth research paper. You have your research paper, but then you have a thesis, which is just so much more than a research paper, because you're doing your part by, coming up with whatever, a survey, or, talking to a certain population, whatever have you. It's going to help you gain that overall experience. It can help you with professional writing. Being somebody who can struggle with writing, you'll utilize the writing center or the remarks provided by your professor, the feedback you'll need. So it will help give you that overall growth, especially within the APA style. It can help you as a guide to future career explorations. If you go within the academic career route, you will be looking to, base your time within your career explorations. And it looks good on your resume. You can note that you did your thesis on your resume within your skills you've obtained, or within different activities you've done, because this is a course that is provided through the university, and you do have the opportunity to add that, which is really nice. So as I was talking about before, here are the resources and campus that you can use throughout your thesis. My apologies. You have the Career and Professional Development Center. This can help you depending on which route you take for your thesis. Student success and personal development, they might be able to help you throughout your thesis, maybe with different things that you'll need personally. And then, of course, the Writing Center. All of the information for all these locations on campus are listed here, and you can definitely utilize them. And we highly suggest you doing so. So it's definitely important to do so. Any questions? It doesn't look like we have any. That's fine. Thank you all so much for coming, and I will see you at the next webinar series presentation.